Hi guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Okay, this is going to be a reading on Nicki Minaj and Saul XO. Okay, I want to see, is he going to be able to really help Nicki Minaj? Okay, before we get into the reading, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on post notifications. Okay, so let's start off with this. How does Saul XO feel about Nicki Minaj? Saul XO, how does he truly feel about Nicki Minaj? Okay, so we got the Devil card in reverse. That talks about detachment, okay? So he kind of feels like she may not be super focused on her craft. He wants her to really focus in on that. The 9 of Pentacles is here in reverse. That talks about over-investment or spending your time doing unnecessary things, okay? So he feels like sometimes she spends, you know, majority of her time doing stuff that she shouldn't be doing, okay? So that talks about over investment, okay? You know, we do have the Hermit card that talks about sometimes she goes through that withdrawal phase, you know, when she talked about, you know, having that creative block. So he does feel like, you know, it could be a struggle for her to find her creativity, okay? The Lover's card is here that talks about, you know, the relationship kind of getting in the way of things, okay? So he does have that energy of, you know, the relationship is kind of in the way. The 8 of Cups that talks about, again, withdrawal, not focused. The Page of Pentacles, he does find her to be successful, though. This talks about, you know, financial independence, seeing somebody as successful, okay? And then the Emperor card is here that talks about power. You know, a father figure, somebody that's trying to be helpful. So he is trying to help Nicki Minaj, okay? But he does feel like there's a lot of distractions when it comes to Nicki. She may not always be focused, but he is willing to help her, okay? Let's see. How does Nicki Minaj feel about Saul XO? Nicki Minaj, how does she feel about Saul XO? Nicki Minaj. Okay, so the 7 of Pentacles, that talks about long-term success, long-term reward, okay? We also have the Queen of Wands. That talks about success, achievements. The 6 of Swords in reverse, that talks about baggage. And we have the 2 of Cups that talks about harmony, being on the same page. The 6 of Wands talks about public recognition, you know, achievement, goals. So she does see success with him, and she does have that energy of, you know, you can help me. You can help me achieve these goals. You can get me these deals. I believe in you. I want to work with you. Okay. So she does have a lot of faith in him. And the Page of Swords that talks about, you know, fighting for, you know, what you want. Okay. Accomplishments, not giving up. So she does see success when she thinks of Saul XO. Plus his resume is huge. You know, The Weeknd, Doja Cat, Brandy, Nas, okay? Those are just a few people. His resume is very big. He's also working with Diddy. So she's kind of looking at them like, okay, he's doing such and such for The Weeknd, Doja Cat. He can do that for me too. That's how she's looking at it, okay? Will Saul XO be able to get Nicki Minaj any deals, any commercial deals? Will he actually be able to get her any type of commercial deals? Saul XO. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles here. That talks about success, that talks about entrepreneurship, that talks about money, that talks about finance. So yes, he will be able to get her some deals. It's not going to be easy. The Six of Pentacles, that talks about, in reverse, unpaid debts, okay? So that means that, you know, like I said before, nothing is free. It's going to be an exchange. Like, okay, I got you this deal, but you have to do X, Y, and Z for it, okay? The Strength card, this talks about using wisdom, okay? There is going to be a tower moment in the relationship, though. You know, the Death card, that talks about an ending, okay? So, you know, he may work with her for a couple years, but I don't know if he'll be, you know, her manager for like the next 10 years. It does seem like it could be very short-lived between Saul and Nicki Minaj, okay? We do have the 10 of Swords here that talks about betrayal. So they will have a tower moment in their relationship where they're not necessarily on the same page, but he will be able to get her deals. The Justice card is here that talks about cause and effect. Upright, okay? That talks about, you know, if you do this, I can get you this, okay? We also have the Queen of Pentacles that talks about a working parent, financial opportunities happening for Nicki Minaj, very lucrative opportunities. It doesn't look like it now because the case is in the way. But if Nicki, you know, lays low, even after this case, don't really do too much on social media, she'll be able to get more meetings with people. People won't see her as problematic, okay? So I do see him getting her certain deals, okay? But there will be a tower moment in their relationship, okay? Let's see. How does Irvin feel about Saul XO? Let's see. That's some tea. How does Irvin feel about Saul XO? Irvin. So we have the Seven of Cups here in reverse. That talks about wishful thinking. And then we have the Star card here in reverse. That talks about low faith. Doesn't have high hopes for them. And then we have the Moon card that talks about anxiety and fear. So he doesn't believe that Saul XO can really help Nicki Minaj to the degree that she may need the help. The Two of Swords, that talks about contemplation, finding things challenging. So he does feel like working with Nicki Minaj is challenging and that Saul won't be able to help her the way she thinks he is, okay? So he doesn't believe that their relationship is going to last. He thinks that it's going to be short-lived and that, you know, Saul won't be able to help her. Let's see this. Will Saul XO be able to put the documentary out for Nicki Minaj? Will he be able to help her put the documentary out? Saul XO. Will he be able to help Nicki Minaj put that documentary out? So we got the Knight of Cups that talks about passion, creativity. We got the Four of Wands that talks about success. We got the Ace of Cups that talks about new relationships, building a foundation. We also have the Five of Pentacles in reverse that talks about, you know, resisting an inevitable end. We do have the Ten of Cups that talks about building a foundation, family. So it does look like he's going to try to help her put this documentary out. I do see that eventually it will come out. There's a lot of hiccups in the road, but eventually the documentary will come out. The Five of Wands is here in reverse, and that talks about inner conflict. A lot of people being reluctant to work with Nicki Minaj because of the controversy. So, you know, perception is everything. But eventually the documentary will come out, though. Okay? And he's going to try to help her to the best of his ability. What else? What else? What type of deals is Saul going to be able to get Nicki Minaj? What type of deals is Saul XO going to be able to get Nicki Minaj? Saul XO. What type of deals is he going to be able to get Nicki Minaj? Okay, so we have the Page of Cups that talks about creativity, you know, clothing, I would say makeup. So it's going to be something where she can really use her creativity. I would say more in the realm of music, okay? Because I'm thinking about writing, passion. You may be able to help her with her label. Okay, but there is some sort of deal that she's definitely going to get. Nicki Minaj is going to get some sort of commercial deal that's going to be lucrative. The King of Swords is here. That talks about truth. Okay, cause and effect, truth. You know, the Five of Swords is here, and that kind of talks about, you know, competition. She's going to have a lot of competition because these other girls are kind of snatching up the deals, and they have little to no I would say scandals, except for Megan Thee Stallion. Majority of them don't really have any major scandals. So she's going to have some sort of competition. The Four of Swords, people are going to be contemplating with working with her. But there's going to be some deal that she's definitely going to get that's going to be lucrative. I also have the Three of Swords here. And this talks about heartbreak. So it seems like there's definitely going to be a tower moment between Saul XO and Nicki Minaj. Eventually, you know, the relationship may not last. They may go their separate ways. Okay. Let's see. What does Saul XO think about Kenny? Let's see. Saul XO, what does he think about Kenny? Nicki Minaj's husband. Saul XO, what does he think about Nicki Minaj's husband? Very interesting. Okay. So we got the Seven of Swords that talks about sneaky betrayal. He doesn't really trust Kenny. He feels like Kenny is going to do something sneaky. He doesn't feel like he can fully trust Kenny. Feels like eventually Nicki will see him for the real person that he is. Okay, and then the Justice card is here in reverse. That talks about lack of accountability. So, you know, he doesn't feel like Nicki realizes that he is kind of affecting her career. That talks about lack of accountability. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. That talks about finances. You know, he affects her finances. We also have the Wheel of Fortune. That talks about good karma coming towards them. I'm talking about Nicki and Kenny. So he doesn't necessarily trust Kenny, not necessarily that he thinks he's a bad guy, but he just feels like he's not fully showing the real him, that eventually that he will show who he really is in due time, and it's going to affect Nicki. Okay. I might do a part 2. I might not. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Have an amazing day.